my friend, today we're going to talk about the dirty truth of the coaching industry. It's worth hundreds of billions of dollars. It's getting bigger. Have you noticed? There's like 10 times more coaches now than there was 5 years ago. There's also 10 times more marketing agencies now than there was 5 years ago. What the heck is going on? I'm going to pull back the curtain on some of this stuff. Look, if you don't know me, my name's Josh. I've built and sold 4 of my own companies, and I have coached over 1,000 small business owners for like almost 15 years. Kind of happened on accident at first, but I've made a lot of money in this industry. In the spirit of radical candor, show you kind of what's really going on with this industry and all the bad parts that no one wants to talk about. If someone gets mad that I made this, then they're the bad person that I'm talking about. So haha to you, right? Because we want to help people. So off the top of my head, here's where I want to start, okay? This industry is money hungry. It's a greedy, marketer-driven space. That's what it is. It's growing. Like I said, it's worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and it's exponentially growing. The reason it's growing is because people actually do need to be coached. They have a craving for community, right? So it's not like they're buying a totally fake thing. What they're doing is they're buying into a marketer's promise that doesn't deliver. And that's where the disappointment comes. You know, there's a big difference between information and transformation. And without trying to sound overly cheesy, you see a lot of people that have a course or some program, what happens is they sign up and get a ClickFunnels account, they read a bunch of books on marketing, and they get really good at selling the sizzle. What they're bad at is actually doing the hard work of helping people get a transformation, because that's exactly what it is. It's hard work. When I'm in these mastermind groups, even really high ticket, high end ones, you know, people pay $25,000, $50,000 to be in the room. All these coaches are talking about money, 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 money. How do I increase the lifetime value? How do I increase the stickiness? How do I do this? How do I do that? I even have a personal friend that worked directly for Tony Robbins for quite a long time. And the stories she told me about some of the tactics they use to set hooks to keep people paying 70, 80 grand a year for years and years, it's like diabolical. And I'm not against a business or a coaching business being profitable, it should be, but there's not enough emphasis on the actual quantifiable end result that's for sale. In fact, in most cases, there isn't one. A lot of coaching programs that run like weekly masterminds and they give you access to all these courses, what happens is you basically get dumped a bunch of information on your head. You get some portal login where there's 1,000 hours worth of stuff, and then you constantly and perpetually feel behind. And you'll actually stay in the program like that longer because you think something's wrong with you, when the reality is that they haven't put enough work into getting a quantifiable end result on step 1 and then moving you to a quantifiable end result on step 2. And then because that's really hard. It's easier to just log you into a portal and show up on a Zoom call once a week and talk about your feelings. But at the end of the day, the biggest problem for most small business owners is they're not making enough money, like profit for themselves. They're running up credit cards, prices are going up, there's already employee issues and all the complexities. So they, out of desperation, join one of these programs that's very, very sexy looking because the marketing expertise is on point. And then they end up staying in it for a year or 2 or 3 years. And if their business does grow while they're in this program, they sort of like falsely attribute the growth to the program. But what they don't understand is that they were just gonna naturally grow anyway because they're good people and they do a good job and they're in a good industry and a good market, right? And so there's all these weird things going on. And I guess the thing that grosses me out the most about this industry is how corporatized it's become. Because there's so much money in the coaching industry, it's just becoming a centralized cesspool of big corporate programs. And let me tell you, they're making a lot of money. I have a lot of friends that have programs with 1,000 people in it. They're all paying $1,500 a month to be in it. They're making millions of dollars a month, dumping a portal of courses on people and kind of using some psychological tactics to make them feel like something's wrong with them. So if they just wait a little longer, it's all going to turn around and stay in, or they make you sign contracts, right? Why would someone need you to sign a contract if their program's so amazing? It doesn't make sense, right? Well, it does make sense on the money side. And so that's kind of the truth, the behind the curtain. And it's not that all these people are necessarily diabolically evil, but this leads into another dirty part of this industry. It's the fact that a lot of coaches are broke, right? Or they had a business, but they didn't make the kind of money you think they did, and so they make way more money by coaching. You know, it's actually true in my case even. You know, when I first got started, I had a window cleaning business in Michigan, and I did a pretty good job with it. I didn't have a lot of mentorship way back then, but we got it up to almost $200,000 a month in revenue. And it was a seasonal business, right? So I wasn't like balling out renting Lamborghinis on Instagram or promoting myself as a guru, but I started helping people. And once I realized how lucrative it was to share what I learned in this window cleaning business, I made way more money with this stuff over here than I even did with my local business. But I've always been open about that and transparent about it. I talk about the leverage of the coaching business and how running accountability groups can be very profitable. But a lot of gurus on the internet, you see, they're not transparent about that. And so they'll let you believe that their $3 million business over here was some magical unicorn, where the truth is, when you look under the hood, in a lot of cases, they didn't even make money at all. Or the real reason it was even big is because of some acquisition thing, or some other investor came in and did all these things that makes it look inflated. They don't tell you, the viewer. They just want you to believe that they're a mythical unicorn, right? The moral of the story is, what I believe after doing this for 15 years that people actually need is only a couple of things. They need more profit that they keep as an owner. That's what they need. They don't need to redesign their employee handbook for the 32nd time. They don't need to build 46 systems. They don't need to rebrand their whole company. What they need is profit. They need to optimize for more profit fast first. That's the number one problem for most people. Second thing they need is they need a quantifiable end result to aim at, right? Have you ever felt overwhelmed? Do you even want to log into another course? Do you have a dusty login portal for the 10 other courses you bought that you haven't even finished? Well, it's because it's just general useful information, and because it's generally useful, it's not useful at all. If you have, a quantifiable end result of, I'm going to follow these instructions to get more profit, for most people, that's the biggest life-changing thing that can happen to them. And then the third, the big one, the linchpin, what people need are small accountability groups. That's what they need. If you're a marketer and you want to make $1 million a month, you can do that, especially now because this market's big. But that's not what's best for the little guy that's going to be buying your future program. What's best for them is to be in a group of 5 to 10 people just like them, doing life together, focusing on profit, getting their numbers organized, just a handful of things. And so I think people are swimming in overwhelm by a market full of coaches who are becoming better marketers than they are at delivering results and transformation. And it's really just like anything else, right? Real results require real work. It doesn't have to be guesswork, but it's always still hard work. A lot of coaches don't want that part. They just want the mailbox money. They don't want to talk to people and actually help them. So hopefully this wasn't depressing to you, because I think there's a lot of opportunity in this. Number one, you could be a mentor, but maybe you could do it in a way where you actually help people and still make a lot of money, right? I think probably, if I had to guess, 1 out of 10 people in the coaching industry actually burn their heart, their stomach hurts on behalf of the people they're called to help. It's really real. Everyone claims they're on a mission and it's all about contribution. It's BS, right? But maybe you actually like helping people and you want to get paid. That's good. I think you should do that. You can make a ton of money doing it, but keep your program simple. Keep it focused on getting someone a quantifiable end result. They shouldn't have to coach with you for 5 years. They shouldn't have to sign a 1-year contract to do business with you. That's nonsense. And keep your group size small. You can have 5 groups, but keep all 5 of them small so that people build real relationships. Because if there's one thing I've learned the last 15 years working with people, it's that the main thing people need is a level up with their belief and their identity, their community. That's where the magic is in that, not in being a guru on the internet. So I hope this was interesting and valuable to you somehow. Look, if you're looking for help with business, we have a free community for small business owners. It's called the War Plan Coaching. It's totally free. It'll always be free. And our free community is better, frankly, than most paid programs that are even for sale. And so there's a lot of content in there. You can learn how to get into the coaching business. You can also learn how to take your small business and scale the profits faster, because after doing this for so long, that's the conclusion I've arrived at, is that we need to help people make profit and we need to get them in small communities. Those are the 2 biggest needle movers out of everything I've ever done. And so that's all we do. It's totally free. Just go to warplan.com and you can join it. There's course content, there's videos, trainings, and most importantly, there's community, and there's little maps to quantifiable end results that will equal more profit for you. I'd love to meet you, hear your story, and until next time, see you in the next video.